Hi again. I'd like to continue my discussion of HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. And in the last video, I created a basic HTML page and I put in all the basic HTML tags. And what I'd like to do now is I'd like to add a style sheet. So you can add a style sheet to a document in several ways. Okay, there's three ways you can add a style sheet. One, you can link to an external style sheet. Two, you can use a style tag inside your document, okay, inside the HTML document. And three, you can add styles inline by adding them to an element, okay? So I'll do each one of these, and then you can see how they work, okay? So first of all, I'm going to make a brand new style sheet document. So I'll make a new file, save it into my folder here, and I'll call it style.css. Okay, so style sheet files should end in the extension .css. So I'll save the file in my folder. So you can see here that the style sheet is in the same folder with the HTML document. I'm currently working on index.html. Okay, I made a copy of the file from the last video. So there's my style sheet there. And back in index.html, in the head of the document, I'm going to create a link tag. Okay, the link tag doesn't have a closing tag. Okay, so I'll just type link, and we need two attributes to make this work as a style sheet, or make it work loading the style sheet, right? So I need to use the rel attribute and make it say rel style sheet. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use href, and I'm going to link to my style sheet. So I'll put the name of the file here. And if the file's in another folder, we'll have to include the folder path, okay? But this is what we need here. We need link, rel style sheet, and href style.css, okay? So now, if this works correctly, we should be linking to this style sheet, okay? So let's refresh our page here, and you can see, looks fine, but it's hard to tell because we don't have any styles yet. So why don't we add a style? I'll go to style.css, and styles, they have sort of a format here, and it works like this. You say selector, and then you have the curly brackets, and inside here you have a rule, okay? And the rule is made up of a property name followed by a colon and a value for that property and a semicolon at the end of the line. Okay, so selector, property, value. Okay, so selector, and then we have some rules that go with the selector, and then inside the rule we have properties and values that we set. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to change the selector there, and we're going to select the body tag, and then what we're going to do is we're going to set the color to red. Okay, so color property is going to set the color of the text, okay, and then red is a keyword that represents the red color, okay? So we'll save it, and then I'll go back to Safari and refresh, and you can see all the text is red. So indeed, my style sheet that I've created here is linked through the link tag to this document, okay? So that's one way to create a style sheet. Another way to add styles to your document is to use the style tag, okay? So you just type style like this and the closing tag, and you can actually put this anywhere on the page. So this can actually go in the head of your document, it can go in the body of the document, or it can go inside a tag inside the document, okay? It has to either be in the head or somewhere in the body tag. Like you can't put it outside the HTML tag or outside the head and body tag, so it can't go in here or between the two tags here, okay? But it can go, in the head here or in the body, okay? So I'll leave this one in the body tag here, and let's put some styles in here. So inside the style tag is actually not visible on the page, so we won't see it on the page, but inside the style tag you can include any rules you want. So maybe I'll say body, and then I'll set the background color maybe to, how about like a, I don't know, let's make it black. How about that, right? There we go. We'll use the keyword black, right? These are terrible colors, but we'll just stick with them, right? So we'll save that, and then now when I refresh the page, I get black as the background color and red for the color, right? So now I have two styles, right? Some of them are in, some of the styles are here in the body, and some of the styles are coming from the style sheet. This is maybe not, the best organization for this. This is just illustrating how this works, right? Let's do one more, okay? So the other place you can put a style is you can put it inline, and an inline style is an attribute of the tag, right? So if I wanted to add a style to, let's say, this H1 tag right here, I could add the style attribute like this, and then I could put one of the rules right here. I could put, actually you can put as many rules as you want. You don't use the selector because the selector is the tag that the style attribute is on. So like, the inline style is going to apply to this tag, right? But in here, we can set the rule. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, how about color is yellow, okay? So I write this the same way that I would write the property and values here, okay? So I'll save that, and then we'll look at the page again. And you can see the H1 is yellow, but the rest of the text is red. Now this brings up a point here, is that when you use the link here, then if you add other styles in the style tag or inline styles, they end up overriding each other. Okay, so in the linked style, the color is red, but if I change the style here on the body tag to color green, right, and then I'll leave this one on the H1 color yellow, you'll see that it's a little hard to see here, but you'll see the color of the H1 is yellow instead of red or green, right? And the color here is green, right? So what is happening there, right? Well, our style sheet here set the text color to red, and then the style here set the color of all the text to green. So that colored both of these green, right? And then the inline style overwrote the color here and made it yellow. Okay, so this is like the cascading concept of style sheets, right? So you can have several styles and they all can target the same thing, but some of them will be applied and some of them get overwritten or cascade over the other ones, okay? But anyway, there's a quick introduction to using style sheets.